friends, this is SSTP Academy. Today I am going to teach you about types of sentences based on its class structure. First of all, we are going to understand the types of sentences based on the class structure. We are going to understand the meaning of the class and its types. What is a class? A class is comprised of a group of words which includes a subject and a finite verb. A class contains only one subject and one verb. The subject of a class can be mentioned or hidden, but the verb must be afferent and distinguishable. Or a class is a group of words containing a subject and a predicate and functioning as a member of a complex or compound sentence. This is by Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Here some examples are there based on the classes. First one is the one class sentence. I graduated last year. This is one class sentence. When I came here, I saw him. When I came here, one class, and I saw him, one class. This is two class sentence. Next one is three class sentence. That is, when I came here, first class, I saw him, second class, and he greeted me. This is third class. That means in this sentence containing three classes. So next we are going to understand the types of the classes. So classes are mainly classified into two groups. There is a main class or dependent class. One more is subordinate class. So this main class is also called as a principal class also. Again, subordinate class classified again three types: noun class, adjective class, and adverb class. So next we are going to understand the details. See, kinds of classes. The first one is independent class or main class. An independent class or main class is a complete sentence. It contains a subject and verb and expresses a complete thought in context and meaning. It expresses a complete thought. So that means it is a dependent class. It contains subject and verb also. It expresses complete thought in the meaning. So independent class structure is like this: subject, verb is equal to complete thought. So example, she walked. This sentence contains only two words, but it is still complete because it has complete and predicate. It has subject and predicate. Main classes can be joined by a coordinating conjunction. These kind of main classes or independent classes can be joined by coordinating conjunctions to form complete, that means complex or compound sentences. Then it gives the complete meaning or thought. So coordinating conjunctions or pan-based conjunctions, here some mentioned. So fan based means F means for, A means and, N means nor, B means but, O means or, Y means it, S means so. So these are called fan based conjunctions. For this independent class, example is he bought a new car, but he is still using old one. But is used combined to independent classes. But here two independent classes, it is combined by using one pan by conjunction or coordinating conjunction, that is but. So it is giving, it become the one compound sentence. It gives a full thought or meaning. Next one is dependent classes or subordinate classes. A dependent class or subordinate class is a part of a sentence. Mind it, it is a part of the sentence. Subordinate class is a part of the sentence. It contains a subject and verb but does not convey the complete sense. They can make sense of their own, but they are dependent on the rest of the sentences for the context and meaning. And dependent classes is joined to an independent class to form a complex sentence. It often starts with subordinating conjunctions. So that means here a dependent class having subject and verb, but they will not convey the complete sense. So by using the subordinate conjunctions, it will give us the meaning by forming the complex sentences. Now see, subordinating conjunctions are, some examples are given here. After, although, as, because, before, even, if, even though, if, once, provided that, rather than, so, that, since, though, than, that, until, unless, whenever, when, whereas, where, whether, while, till, like this. Some examples. Need to take that some subordinate conjunctions. So the structure of this dependent or subordinate clause is subordinate conjunction plus subject plus verb. It gives incomplete thought. It won't give the complete thought. It gives the incomplete thought. But that thought is depending on the main clause. Complex sentence. It has a main clause. I will go to the market, and a subordinate clause. If you come with me, the main clause is I will go to the market. Makes a complete sentence sense on its own, but the subordinate clause, if you come with me, does not make complete sense on its own and depends on the main clause for its complete meaning. So you are asking, I will go to market if you come with me. So this meaning depends on this main sentence or main clause. That's why this is called a complex sentence. It's a best example for auto forming if is a conjunction. Based on the function they perform in the sentences class can be categorized as. See how we are going to categorize the classes. Noun class is a group of words which contains a subject and a predicate of its own and does the work of a noun. For example, I like what I see as a way of saying I like cakes. The highlighted portion is a clause that is functioning as noun. So that means it is deals about the noun classes. Noun class deals about the noun class. The next one, it modified again a noun class. Its quality issues means that is called adjective class. Usually comes after the noun. It qualifies and it made of several words which, like all classes, will include a subject and verb. It answers the adjective questions. What kind of, how many, which one. So that means it's a qualify the something of that class, that is called adjective class. Example, the umbrella which has a broken handle is mine. So that means here umbrella shows what kind of umbrella. It's a broken umbrella. The highlighted portion is a class that is functioning as an adjective. Next one is adverb class. Is a group of words which contains a subject and predicate of its own and does the work of an adverb. It answers the adverb questions how, when, where or why. So that means it shows the what kind of work is going on. So that shows that clause is belongs to adverb class. The example, you may sit wherever you like. The highlighted portion is a clause that is adverb. If you may sit where you like. So yeah, it shows the adverb clause. Next one, dependent classes. Types will go, how can you, it will form. See, noun classes. So subordinators, that means subordinate conjunctions, which are you going to use means what, where, why, how, where, when, who, whom, which, whose, whether, that, if. So these are examples. He knows that his business will be successful, that there is a hole in the ozone layer of the Earth's atmosphere is well known. Well known. Or adjective classes. Here also same, you can using who, whom, which, whose, that, where, when, etc. Men who are not married are called bachelors. Last year we traveled to San Francisco, which is famous for its architecture. So punctuating how means with the noun classes no commas are used. Adjective respective classes are not separated by commas, but with adjective descriptive classes commas are used. And then adverb classes that come before the independent class are followed by a comma, but if they come after the independent class, no commas is, but these two are not using commas. But in adverb class, it followed by a comma, but they come after the independent class, no commas are used. Next one, adverb classes. Which are the adverbs? How we can use adverbs? Because in the time, suppose it's the time. Then we are using subordinates when, before, after, until, since, as soon as. This shows this time. So when he won the money, he decided to buy a car. That means it shows when he will buy a car at the time he won the money. So that shows the time. Next is place. Place has a subordinates where, wherever. Example, she drew wherever she wanted. Cause, because, as, since. These are the subordinates. She got a parking ticket because she parked illegally. Purpose, subordinates so that, in order that. He drew past so that he could get to work on time. A result, so that, such that. He drove so fast that he got a speeding ticket. If or unless, that means conditions. That means what kind of conditional sentences? If or unless. If she hadn't won the lottery, she would have been very unhappy. So next, concession. Although she thought she was good driver, she got a lot of tickets for speeding. So these are the examples for the adverbs. That means time, place, cause, purpose, result, conditions, and concession. At the time, which are the subordinates you are using, and what kind of examples you are following. So you can understand from this slide. Now our thought is, when we understand the classes, then we are going to understand the types of sentences based on the class structure. It is very, very important for us. The 4 main types of sentences based on their class type are as follows. So first one is simple sentence. Next one is compound sentence. Then third one is complex sentence. Fourth one is compound complex sentences. So these are the 4 basic. So generally we call mainly a simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, but which 2 compound and complex, 2 are mixed with, that means it's called as a compound complex sentence. So its examples and its meaning we are going to understand in the next slide. First of all, see simple sentence. This is a sentence that contains only one independent class. There is no dependent class in this sentence. Simple sentences are short and easy to understand. Therefore, they are usually used at the beginning of a paragraph or essay. Or sorry, not a paragraph, it is a paragraph or essay. Now see, how can this, that means it's a simple sentence, it's very easy to understand, and they are usually used beginning of the paragraph or essay. So examples for the simple tense: the dog barked loudly. The dog barked loudly. Second one, the doctor is in the conference hall. So these are the simple sentences. That means only one class, one independent class. There is no subordinate classes here. And compound sentence. A compound sentence is one that contains at least two independent class that are connected by a coordinating conjunction. Any one of these options, that means for, so, but, and, or, nor, yet, so also. In place of a coordinating conjunction, you can also use a semicolon also. That means, here example, I studied well, but I got less marks in the examination. So here see, here one independent class, here also one independent, but between these two independent classes, these two are joined by one coordinating conjunction. That's why it's called as a compound sentence. Second one, it rained heavily, so I wore my raincoat. Here also, it's also one independent class, it's also an independent class. Both are joined by coordinating conjunction. That is so, that's called compound sentence. Next we are going to complex sentence. To understand, before going to that, what's the meaning means, there are the types of sentences that contain a minimum of one independent class. You see, a minimum of one independent or independent classes. One independent class and one dependent class. They are connected with the help of subordinating conjunction. Mind that here. So in this complexness, a minimum of one dependent class and one independent class connected by the subordinating conjunctions, like subordinate conjunctions are like when, until, therefore, wherever, whenever, so that, because, before, after, etc. So such kind of subordinating conjunctions connected between the dependent or independent classes is called as a complex sentences. Example: when it rained heavily, I closed the windows, and then I waited down until my bus arrived. See here, subordinating conjunctions are used between the two classes, that means main class and dependent. See, I waited down until my bus arrived. So why it means bus arrived. That is shows the subordinating or dependent class. It is independent class. Next one is compound complex sentence. This is a sentence that is a perfect blend of complex and compound sentence. So what's compound or complex? Compound complex sentence means it's a blend of a complex and compound sentence. It contains at least two independent classes, at least one dependent class, a coordinating conjunction and a subordinating conjunction. So that means a blend. It's a very lengthy sentence that these are. So when I grow up, I will become a pilot. When I grow up, I will become a pilot, and my parents will be proud of me. Next one, if I don't study well, I will fail, and my teacher will scold me. See here, first one I will give you example. When I grow up, I will become a pilot. So you see these complex compound complex sentence, dependent class is there. So after that, joining one coordinating conjunction, then my parents will be proud of me. This is dependent class. These two are independent. This is dependent clause. So like that, by using such kind of long sentences, blend of the complex and compound sentence is called the compound complex sentence. Thank you, friends. So these are the types of sentences. Normally examination they are asking to identify the complex sentence, compound sentences, and complex sentences. So basically three, but fourth one also it's a lengthy question, lengthy sentences. Then it's a blend of the complex and compound sentence, and then we call it as a complex, compound complex sentences. But if you like this PPT, like, share, and subscribe. If you want to download this PPT, I will give you link in description. Go on, download it. Thank you.